I thought I'd do a quick video. This is a story of how one thing leads to another. I made a major improvement in my blacksmithing equipment. I bought myself a real anvil. You can see Peterite 1020. Doesn't look too bad. 132 pounds, I think. I have to figure out what I want to do with this. If I want to try to restore it or keep it just the way it is. The table's relatively flat, but the corner on this side needs some work. But anyway, back to the point. So I bought this anvil. So now I need to come up with a stump or an anvil base for it. In the process of thinking about that, I was thinking about my bucket forge and how it's done its job. It was easy to make, and I'm always bending over dealing with it. And I decided I wanted to make a regular forge. Also, let me go back quick. The bucket forge, I used a brake drum sitting in a bucket. I've shown videos of that. And what would happen is I'd end up with this huge area of heat. Much more heat than I really needed. So I had the objective of containing that heat a little bit. So I made this. This is Chandler's legitimate forge. Still using the bathroom fan. Feeding up into some 2-inch pipe. Little spud sticking out the bottom. On there I welded a hinge, a washer, and then I built that. Can you see it in there? Built that washer up so I have a nice little plug. So I slam that shut, and now my ash drop is airtight, or pretty darn airtight. And then if I want to do a clean out, I just bang on that a little bit and clean it out. So I thought that was pretty ingenious. Going into not a brake drum, but a rotor. And I went out to the junkyard and I found a nice deep, I'd say it's about 3 inches or so deep, pretty narrow rotor. You see I put a grill in there for my top plate here. I shouldn't tell you, I should make you guess. But back when cars were real, they had these things called carburetors. And over the carburetor was an air filter, and that sat in an air filter cover. So that's what that was, the bottom part of an air filter cover. I cut the spout out, and that's my opening now. Welded that to the brake disc, the rotor. Took an old bed frame, put it on a tripod so that it's always stable, and welded that all together, which it actually welded pretty well. I put a little arm on here, so if I have longer stock, I can go ahead and run that in and set it on that. I might end up putting wheels on this so I can tip it and roll it. I haven't figured that out yet. I also took this sheet, and this will allow me, if I wanted to, let me put handles on the darn things, to open it up for a pass-through if I'm doing a long piece. Or I can close them up and then allow me to build up my coal. Or of course they can come right off. So there you have it. It's 36 inches off the ground, so I'm not bending over anymore. It's very much smaller as far as the hamper goes, the pot, the forge pot goes. So I should have a much more contained amount of heat. I'll go ahead and fire her up for the first time and we'll see how it works. Flip on the blower. We'll let that cook for a little while. Well, that seems to be doing the trick. Holy cow. Go ahead and turn that off. Put some coal in here. say I got plenty of airflow. There's no doubt about that. Hoping I can adjust it just by opening my little clean out. Turns it right down. Kicks it right back in. I might put myself a little latch here. I can just open the clean out when I want to cool it down. Kick it in when I want to move it up. That's cool. One of the reasons that I made this is I wanted the heat contained in a smaller area, and it's keeping it right in there. I can have the sides filled up with coal for preheating, but it's keeping that heat right centralized in that. I don't know, that can't be 7-8 inches wide. So I think that's going to cut back on the amount of coal that I use.